I asked them yesterday, I said, what is going on in the work? They told me this. I said, do this and do that. And then I off. If you have interest in something, make it sharp. And if you're living, you should have interest in something. Very devoted interest. Not passive interest. The first 10 messages I preach now, I wrote it on my table when I came here now. I wrote it when I came into the church. I didn't come, it was not announced. I preached it from this paper. This paper, I wrote it now. I wrote it when I came here now. I wrote it around 11. But these ones, I've written it like in the night, like yesterday. Because it's on the continuous. Now, whatever I like to do, I get devoted. Excuse me. Do you know how long I get up from my mat on the floor in the night? I keep on praying there. I keep on getting it. I keep on getting up to write it. Sometimes up to 15 times. When I get it to 1 or 2, I'll cut up and write it, lie down, get up again, go and write it. Come up again. I keep on doing it until morning. Because my interest should be on something. That means when people, when somebody want to get your attention, you should know that your attention is on something. Something happened to me today. Now, write this down. Only the Lion of Judah is immortal. Now, something happened to me. I had an encounter. I had 3 encounters this morning when I was praying. 3. And then the last one I saw really touched me. Really touched me. And I promised God that I'm not going to share it with. It's part of the things I will never share in my life. But I was touched. So it changed my life. When I got up and I went home, I told God that from 7 to 9, that I'm going to meditate only on 1 verse of the scripture. Only on 2 verses. For 2 hours. And that is a verse of the Bible I have made a book on. My book on immortality is from 1 Timothy chapter 6, 15 to 16. If you have my book on immortality, I have a book called Immortality. Now, that book, I wrote it from this scripture. I didn't go to any scripture in a whole, either 10 or 12 chapter of a book. And I wrote it before I came to Lagos. And that is a scripture. That is a scripture that I meditated on for 2 hours today. That particular scripture, I wrote that book from about 17 years ago. Not 17, about 18 or 19 years ago. I still spent another 2 hours on that scripture before I came here, from 7 to 9. I put my head on the doorloop and I was reciting it, and I was thinking on it for about 2 hours. And I had previously made a book on it. In fact, for the 8 weeks, for the 10 weeks, I wrote that book. I used to write it on every Wednesday. For the 10 weeks I wrote that book, I spent that 10 weeks on that book, on that verse of the Bible. And today I spent 2 hours again on that particular verse. 1 Timothy chapter 6, 15 and 16. That is what is called devotion. Now, when I start interpreting it, somebody said, what is he saying? So I said, but what are you really saying? I say, you've not paid attention on this. I paid attention on this for more than 20 years. Including this morning. That is when I know the word only came 2 times there. Which is only potentate, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And then came back and said, who only? Now the immortality of that King of Kings is the immortality of his light. So when you say Lion of Judah is immortal, you're talking about a king whose brightness would end. A king whose ordained. I said, when you say Lion of Judah, you're talking about a king whose brightness made royal. That is his light made him a king that will never die. His light. The light shines so bright that it made him unapproachable. So how does he die? Because light made him unapproachable. He's immortal. Let me say again. Anything that died was first of all wounded. That is made vulnerable. That is why there are people you don't discuss late in the night, and there are people you would like to discuss late in the night. If somebody's light add to your own light, then talking with him late in the night adds to you. But if somebody's life reduces from you, talking to him when you're about to sleep is precarious. Vulnerability is responsible for two ordeals. One, death. Two, valuelessness. It is not possible for a lightless life to be free from falling. He must fall continuously. Because whatever is vulnerable, we lack. Just like somebody said, a spiritual arm robber is stealing from him. There's no arm robber. It's just ignorance. Just vulnerability. Vulnerable. Because light closes the doors of darkness. The door of Satan is called door of darkness. And the light closes it.